Hey folks, it is Monday, March 12th. Daylight savings. That means it's fairly early. I've been spending a couple days wondering about how to make this particular video. I think sometimes it's hard for me to not sort of react right from the hip when something happens, that I really have to be conscious about taking some time to think about how I want to respond to either a personal response to me or something that's happened on an account that I have, a social media account that I have. And this in particular is about a response that I've gotten on my, this is what trans looks like, Instagram. And I want to preface this by saying I am pretty sure there was no intention, there was no harmful intentions in the interaction that happened. And so I just want that to be very clear. But sometimes when you don't have the intentions of being hurtful or when you don't have the intentions of being hurtful, sometimes it can still be hurtful. And sometimes things have to be called out. So that's kind of what I'm doing today. If you have checked out the Instagram, then you know that one of the things that I've been doing, and this is only the second time, but one of the things that I've been doing that's really important to me is a binder giveaway. For me, binding has been life-changing. It has allowed me to participate in the outside world and to be seen on the outside more congruently with how I feel on the inside. It hasn't been easy to bind every day for the last 3 years, but it has been worth it. And I want to pass that on to somebody else. So every month until I feel that time has run out and I'm not going to do it anymore, I'm doing a binder giveaway. And so, of course, we're in the middle of March, and I've got a lot of response. Thanks, everybody. But I've gotten a lot of response to it, about the giveaway this month. But one of the responses kind of, I don't want to say irked me, but it definitely threw me for a loop. And the response was is that a person who identifies as non-transgender, so I don't really know how they identify, cisgendered or whatever, but pretty clearly non-transgendered, felt that they were excluded, if I'm getting that right, in that particular post because they couldn't enter a binder giveaway. And the comment basically was how it's my responsibility to be inclusive of everybody. And the way that it was worded, it is your responsibility, and your was in all caps, so really emphasize that it's my responsibility to include everybody in my space. And I've spent the last couple weeks or days really thinking about that, and I really have to call bullshit on that it actually is not my responsibility to include everybody, to be inclusive. It is my responsibility to create a safe space, first and foremost for me, second and foremost for other people who identify on the same thing, who identify as the same as me, whether that's trans or non-binary or gender fluid, queer, whatever. It's for me to create a safe space, A, for me, B, for them. And then if you want to be a part of that, but you don't identify as those two things, it's not my responsibility to make you feel safe and to include you in everything. It's your responsibility to be my ally, and you don't have to be. But I want to make it very clear that people who are marginalized, it is not our responsibility to include everybody. It's our responsibility to feel safe in what we do. And I'm going to say that if you are non-marginalized, it is your responsibility to help me provide that safe space, or to be in that safe space with me, but it's not for you. So feeling excluded because I'm doing a binder giveaway is not my problem. Telling me that it's my responsibility to make it inclusive to everybody is not my responsibility, and it's not my problem. I was trying to explain it the other day, and I'm all for getting called out if this is not appropriate. But the only way I could explain it was this: as I was trying to talk to somebody in person about it, not the person who made the comment, but somebody else. It would be as if I, as a white person, walked into a very large space. And it's very busy, bunch of tables in a restaurant. And it's all full of white people, except for one table full of people of color. I want to sit at that table. So I go over there as a white person, and I say to them, I want to sit at your table. And they say, no. And I say, but wait a minute. You're supposed to include me. If you want me to be an ally, you need to include me. And they look around the room and they see a restaurant full of white people. And they want to know why I want to sit at their table. Because I'm supposed to be an ally and I'm supportive, which means I want to sit at your table because you are supposed to include me as an ally. But that's not right. That's not right. What I'm supposed to do as a white person, my understanding, if I am doing the correct and appropriate thing, is that I'm supposed to sit at my own fucking table. And if somebody goes over to that table and wants to sit there and they're not welcome, then it is my job to get up and to make sure that they move somewhere else so that that table can continue to feel safe in that space that doesn't feel safe. And that's what my space is for. My space isn't for everybody to come and be like, whoo, we're all here and we're allies and we support and we understand and we're learning. And my space is so that as a trans person, somebody can come there and say, listen, I'm struggling and I don't understand what's happening and I'm feeling excluded, I'm feeling marginalized. But here, right now, in this space, I feel good. Thank you. So that binder giveaway, it's appropriate. And it's going to continue. And if you can't step aside and let that happen because you're not feeling included, then you're going to have to check yourself at the door and you're going to have to wait until it comes to a place where everybody's included on a particular post. And this is a general statement. As I appreciate people I appreciate people supporting me and being an ally to me and giving me that space to talk about things. But once you start to tell me that I'm excluding people, that's not cool. It's just not cool. So don't do it. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to get off my not so flat chest today because I just got done working out, but whatever. All right, folks. Thanks. Take care.